Hi, I'm Stefan Lattner from Sony CSL Paris, and most of this work has been done at the JKU in Linz. I'm starting with an example. This is a highly structured sequence, and it actually just consists of a short musical fragment which is copied and shifted and copied and shifted over and over again to form this sequence. And we probably all agree that it is a very important property in music to have such structures and to have repetition and self-similarity and transposed repetition and so on. And it is crucial to understand that actually RNN or a convolutional neural network, as we use it now, they cannot learn repetitions, they cannot learn transformations like this. And that's why I propose this model. It's a recurrent gated autoencoder, and it's basically an RNN with relative pitch perception. So it consists of a gated autoencoder and an RNN on top. And the gated autoencoder is capable of turning absolute pitch input into relative pitch representations, like interval representations. And these are represented in this latent space, MT, MT+1, and fed forward to the RNN, which learns to predict intervals given intervals. And this is really nice that we can now learn actually such copy and shift operations of musical sequences, like in these very simple examples, but still. I trained an RNN with GRUs and a recurrent gated autoencoder on lots of different transposition and structure schemes, like different transposition distances and different fragment lengths. And if I input the beginning of such a scheme with a fragment the models have never seen before, the recurrent gated autoencoder can just go on and continue this sequence. And the RNN has a hard time doing so. It should actually generate this green sequence, but it generated the red sequence. And we see the hidden unit activations of the recurrent neural networks below these sequences, and we see that the recurrent gated autoencoder has a very repetitive hidden unit activation over time, because it just applies over and over again the same transformation to the fragment, and it doesn't care about the fragment, it just cares about how to copy it. And we can also use this this is just a graph to see, okay, the recurrent gated autoencoder really has a precision of more than 99% on this dataset, and a few outliers, basically. So we can also use this model for music prediction, the well-known Essen Volkssong collection, and our model is here the yellow one, and the best performing model so far was the green one. And it's also nice to see that we can combine the recurrent gated autoencoder with an absolute pitch model. With the best performing model is the red arrow. It improves the results substantially. And consider that here we only need 16 hidden units in the recurrent neural network and outperform the best performing model so far, because we operate on intervals, basically, learned from absolute pitch input. So if you're interested in this, just visit me at my paper, and I'm happy to tell you more about it. Thank you.